All right, look, DPS, it's not always your tanks or your healers' fault when it comes to losing games in Marvel Rivals. Before I get any hate, while I know there are some skill issues out there, some people struggle with certain mechanics in this game. I understand that. I want to start off by saying that each rank will have its troubles. Okay. The highest I've ever gotten in ranked was Diamond 1. I'm not the best player out there. I strive to continue to improve, and I'm just climbing the ranks like the majority of you guys. Okay. So before I go off on a tangent, let's get into it. All right. All right, guys, before we jump into everything, I just want to go ahead and say that I do stream these games live on TikTok. I usually stream around 8 p.m. Central Time Frame. So if you guys want to stop by and say hi, that's the time to do it. As well as be sure to leave a like on the video if you enjoy this style of content. It lets me know as a content creator that you guys want to see more of this. Also utilize the comment section because it tells me what I could be changing, what type of content you guys want me to create next, or if there's any other different type of content that you want me to cover in general. Okay, so I'm gonna have to shorten this down a little bit because there's a lot of details to go over. So I'm gonna give a short description of what each role does, as what their role is in the team fights, as well as what you should be doing in the team fights in general. Right. So tanks are your primary source for mitigating damage as well as controlling the pace of the fight, right? The tank's job is to absorb damage, create space, control the engagements, as well as protect your teammates from oncoming fire, and to mitigate deaths as much as possible, right? Our sole job is to just take as much damage as possible. That way, DPS and the healer survive during the team fight, right? Tanks are pretty much known for having the most deaths on the team, right? That's their job. If they're not taking the damage, they're not doing their job, right? Most importantly, it's our job to protect you guys to do your jobs, right? Whether it be initiating the fights, dictating the pace of the battle, stuff like that. All right, so that's pretty much a tank's job in a nutshell. Now, DPS's role in hero shooters is to solely focus on dealing high amounts of damage to quickly eliminate enemies and secure objectives. They are crucial for breaking through enemy defenses, finishing off weakened targets, and making sure to pressure the opposing team. They often have high mobility, burst damage potential, or long range capabilities. So again, the sole role of a DPS is to take the fight from a 6v6 to a 5v6 or even a potential 4v6. That is what's going to help your team win the engagement, right? Now, the problem with Marvel Rivals is that these DPS are not necessarily doing that, right? They may be trying to focus on getting kills, but if you're going 0-6 as Magic or a Spider-Man, you're not doing anything for your team. Now, I understand in quick play, you want to play the character that you want to play, right? But at the end of the day, if you're trying to win and you're still going 0-6, it might be time to look at a different role, right? If you're not doing your job properly, it's just going to be detrimental for your team, and you're going to end up losing the team fight. The biggest problem with this is that in most hero shooters, you're dealing with a 2-2-2 composition, right? Which means 2 tanks, 2 DPS, 2 healers. The problem with Marvel Rivals is that since there's no role queue, everyone wants to go DPS. Why wouldn't you? There's more characters for DPS. You got Black Panther, Widow, you've got Hawkeye, you've Namor, Star-Lord, the list goes on, right? There's like almost 40 DPS characters that you could choose from. So the problem with Marvel Rivals is that everyone wants to go DPS, and now instead of having 2 tanks, we're running a 1-3-2 composition, right? So when that happens, the tank's job now turns from not being able to protect teammates. Instead, now we're trying to just control the pace of the fight. We're trying to mitigate as much damage as possible. And we're not able to peel for our healers when we need to, right? So that brings me to my next point. What is the exact role of a healer? In hero shooters, typically the support role focuses on buffing teammates hindering enemies and providing utility to control the flow of battle rather than solely focus on dealing damage or absorbing damage. Support heroes often have abilities that can heal allies, increase their damage output, or provide crowd control effects. These are crucial for maintaining team survivability and creating advantageous situations for their team. Nowhere in there did it say they are designed to specifically heal the tanks or DPS. Did we notice that? I'll repeat it. Nowhere in there did it say that they are solely responsible for healing tanks and or DPS. Okay? They are crucial for maintaining team survivability and creating advantageous situations for their team. They are a crucial part of the team, but that is not their sole responsibility. Okay? Their job is not to take damage. Their job is not to absorb damage. Their job is not to focus on dealing damage. And here in Marvel Rivals, we have the problem. Supports are getting buffed out the ass. They're doing more damage than some DPS characters. And let's try to figure out the reasons why. Tanks aren't peeling for them. DPSs aren't peeling for them. So it would stand to reason that now these support roles need something to be able to defend themselves against the problem, right? Dive characters or teams with a fucking brain, right? Now they're turning into more of a support element. Now they're turning into DPS characters that have healing abilities, right? Why would they focus on healing you whenever they have to constantly heal them fucking selves in the back line because they're not getting pilled for, right? That's my biggest issue with this game. And you can see it in the background video as well. Me as a tank, I'm playing Emma Frost. I'm constantly oppressing the enemy healers. They're not going to do enough damage to me to be able to get rid of me in a timely manner before I either A, kill 1 or 2 healers. It's not possible for them. Do they have CC abilities? Yes, absolutely. But at the end of the day, it is if it's a two comp tank or a 2 tank composition, one of the tanks needs to be peeling for your healers. As a tank main, I can sit here and say I have solo tanked more games than I care to admit. It gets exhausting. DPS, y'all need to figure it out. Y'all need to figure out a way to be able to not only deal the damage and do your role, do your job, create a 5v6, 4v6 scenario, as well as be able to peel for your healers. And if your character is specifically built for dive and your team's getting slaughtered, it would stand to reason, hey, I should probably swap off of dive to take care of what's diving my enemy backline. Because if your tank's going down and they're solely responsible for controlling engagements and controlling the pace of the game, they have to continuously peel for your healers because y'all won't do it. Solo tanking, you can't peel for your healers. It's just not possible. We either peel for the healers and lose control of the point, or we don't peel for the healers, they die, and we lose point anyway. It's literally a lose-lose situation for a solo tank, right? Y'all need to step up. Y'all have to. If you don't, the enemy team is going to run over you just like we did in this video. Like, we had almost 7 minutes and we were at the final point in this game. Granted, again, this is quick play, but this is stuff that I deal with in rank all the time. It's not just in quick play anymore. It's in rank too. And some of y'all be throwing for no reason because y'all can't get y'all's way. It's a team game. You have to play as a team.